Dara Connolly, and I work with women to live confident, fearless, and safe. And what that means is that I am really passionate about getting all of us to speak up to be heard, get paid what we deserve, and to repel sexism, bullying, and harassment. I'm going to take you through a little bit of the story. It's kind of ironic, actually, that I'm a women's empowerment guru because I started as a very quiet wallflower, and most of my life lived that way. I was a girl who never spoke up. But you teach what you need to work on. I believe that's true. So I am someone who can tell you firsthand why it's important to find your voice, to exude confidence, because for me, it's changed my world 180 degrees, and I'm now seeing the results of that. And it's been a long journey, but I'll give you the abbreviated version. I was always very quiet, never found my voice. And I don't know if it was because I was in a loud family, a big, loud Italian family, that they would always call me as the quiet girl, or I really was quiet. I don't know, but I believe it was more them telling me that I was. So at some point, I find myself in a karate class. My mom throws me into a karate class when I'm 10 years old. I hated it. I didn't want to do it, but she wouldn't let me quit. And long and behold, I end up getting my black belt. And this is the really weird part. All my friends, all my family was like, oh, you have a black belt. Let's go out. You're protect us. And everybody was all of a sudden they thought something shifted in me, but it really didn't. I just had this belt, and it didn't make a difference. I'm going to actually use this on my TED talk because it was a belt. It didn't change the fact that I was still insecure. I still had a lot of self doubt. I would be the person who hid in situations. I didn't want to be out there in the world. And I was frustrated because everybody kept assuming, oh, you're a black belt, you're so confident. And I'm like, I don't know. And it wasn't until I started teaching martial arts, and I only ended up teaching because I was in a sales job, which was not working out, go figure. And I was like, I don't know what to do with my life. And I have this one skill that I could do. So I started teaching karate, and the class was getting full and really going well. And the women in the class, I would have these seniors in high school and college girls would talk to me about, I'm at work or I'm on a date and I don't feel comfortable. He says something and I don't know how to respond. Or at work, there's been situations where I'm getting harassed. What do I do? And I would start to think about, you're right. I had all these situations too in my life where nobody taught me skills besides this stuff of how to handle it. And I started to develop a program specifically to help women beyond just the physical skills, how to really find the internal strength. And this all began in 2004 when I started a program called Curricula, which is now what I'm doing, turned into a speaking business. Because there's nobody that I've found that really teaches us, specifically women, how to find our voice in a board meeting or when you're cut off at a family dinner, and really to get back involved in the conversation. A lot of times, and I know for me, I would just go back to being quiet and not let my voice be heard. But that prevented me from getting moved up in my career or getting the pay I needed, and on and on and on. And I believe it even goes as far as who we attract. We attract people that could be abusive and controlling in our relationships. So it is so important that I teach women how to crush their self-limiting beliefs and to really find who they are deep down. And this has been my journey for the past several years. And I had no idea this was my path. It was kind of this crazy road to get there, but I love it. And since I've been doing this work of speaking and helping women, I have been fortunate enough to be endorsed by the police, endorsed by therapists, all the organizations you see here. And it has been like the biggest joy in my life. It is so something I wake up thinking about it. I dream about it. I just want to work with women to get them to find that, because if I could do it, I know there's women out there that have a self-limiting belief, whatever it is. If somebody told you you're unlovable or you're worthless, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't deserve to speak up, you don't deserve to have the good partner, all that crap that's in our head that we keep replaying and replaying. And people have said to me, you're more helpful than my therapist, type of thing, because I've been doing this journey and I've been learning, and I do work with therapists. So it's kind of like been absorbed. So here I am, and I'm doing speaking engagements, and I'm happy to speak to mostly women's groups. I love empowering women. Once in a while I get guys in the audience, but really my core audience is women. And I'll speak to companies, women's groups that need any empowering message of how to really find their voice and exude that strength and confidence and a confident body language. And I started this in 2004, and I've trained over 10,000 women. And when you look at these endorsements, I'm not saying it to brag, I'm saying it to tell you that if you were to hire me, you know you're hiring someone that you can trust, that this is a reputable service, because I really spend a lot of my time training on. I just started this in Shelter in Place. Is a weekly mastermind. It's online. It's every Tuesday. I'm going to be doing it in a few hours today to help women in this way as well. And it's uh, if you've never done a mastermind, what it is we have a different incubator topic each week, and then we break off in the breakout rooms via Zoom, and women can work together and share their experiences and feed off each other. And the energy is great. It's so powerful, and it's been so awesome to be offering this. And that is something that I just started. And if you know any women that you think would be a good fit for this, please send them my way. They can come check it out. But it's actually really cool. I have women all around the world now. I have two from the UK, one in Italy, one in North Africa, Mexico, because I never even thought of that. But because of Zoom, it could be anywhere. And now we're really reaching a broad audience. And I am so excited about this, as you can tell. The other thing that's happened this year is my dad is turning 80 this summer. And I don't know if I can get back to see him. He's in New York. But I was like, Mom, just have this big party. We've been planning this since January. And then, of course, coronavirus had to hit. And I don't know now if I can really get back. But I want to do something special for my dad. What I ended up doing was, really racking my brain. How can I do something special for my dad? My first book wasn't that nice to my dad. I put it all out there. I let it all out because I really want to help people what emotional abuse looks like in a relationship. And so I was like, I have to do something nice. So I ended up writing a new book. And this is, if you haven't seen my Flip Your Fear book, I wish you guys were in person. I could read it to you. It's a 20-minute read. It's easy. And every page has a photo, and it's a quick message, and it talks about the wisdom he gave me. And it's a special message. I'm not going to say it now because it'll wreck the book, but it's a special message in here that he always told me out of all this chaos. It was one line, 9 words that he told me that changed my life. And what I believe has helped me really come out of my shell and to find my voice and do the work that I'm doing. It's kind of like this universe works in a weird way to help you become who you are. You got to go through a lot of crap. And I am really proud of this book. Let me just tell you, this is something I'm just really proud of, because I was writing it for my dad, but the reviews I'm getting are life-changing, inspirational. It was literally something that was just like downloaded to me of how can I help other people overcome their fear. And for me, it was the fear of shyness, but I know a lot of people struggle with fear. And this book ended up helping me land the TED Talk that I'm about to give. Here's my exciting picture about that. I can't wait. But all the work I'm doing now has led me to this. And if you have any women's groups or associations or organizations, or if it's whatever, your daughter's soccer team, any girl over the age of 18 that wants to feel empowered and really live confident and strong and find their voice and presence, this is my passion. And I'm happy to share my wisdom. My top 3 presentations are Flip Your Fear. The second one is Someone You Know, which talks about bullies and boundaries, whether that's girls in school or in the corporate world. And Jerky Johnny is more assault prevention, people who are really worried about attracting the wrong people to them and how to repel that.